Greetings, my name is Chanella and I'm going to bring you all the updates for 7.3.5. Now I'm going to start off with a little list on the left side of the screen so you can follow everything along with there. So I'm going to start off with you'll be seeing timestamps by the way in the description below, so if you want to skip anything, go ahead. So first of all I'm going to be covering all the items that will become grandfathered. I'm going to go into more detail on that later. Then I'm going to be covering all the nerfs and the buffs that have been going out for current gear. And then I'm going to be covering all the quest rewards and item rewards you have from Northrend places. So all the quests in there, all the dungeons in there, I'll be covering all of that as well. Then I'm going to be covering about a little bit of the challenges that you got right now. So I don't mean challenges as in go out there with naked gear or something. I mean as in how hard is the current difficulty in the PTR. I'm going to be talking about crafted loot as well for a very brief time, and reputation. So by this reputation I mean quartermasters in specific. So let's get started. First of all the grandfathered items. Now you know, grandfathered items, they're not really well, they are items, but it's more the stats that have been grandfathered. I'm going to give you an example on the Utgard Keep. Now you can see a picture on the screen which will show you it's from the same quest, it's the same rewards. Well, technically the same rewards, but the loot is completely different. Now, both pictures are made in the PTR. So on the left side you see the level 115 side, which is currently on my Death Knight, which has been a quest reward which I obtained earlier, and then copied over to the PTR. 155 stays, but the quest reward is 109. So that has been nerfed, that has been changed. And this goes for all the Utgard Keep loot. So if you want anything from Utgard Keep right now at a good item level, get it before it gets nerfed, because after this, all of it will become level 109. The same goes for every normal dungeon in the current Outlands and Northrend parts. So maybe something from the Nexus, and a lot of the items from the Outlands dungeons. On the other hand, Heroic has been untouched, so that's perfectly fine. Normal has been touched. These have not been just nerfs. Several items from normal dungeons have been buffed instead to go up to level 70. And this is a very good thing for us, but on the other hand still quite useless. 109 for rare items, 114 for epic items. These changes are quite useful, but not really. It's like, it's there, it's not really too good. Unfortunately, all of this has affected the quests and loot rewards in the Northrend places. So, I have completed the Battered quest, which is an item you can get, and you can actually start the quest at level 67 and up. Unfortunately, the loot reward for it is a very low item level of 114. And this goes for everything you get in Northrend and Outlands right now. In quest rewards and loot rewards and drops, always level 109 to 114. Again, raids have been untouched, so you can't enter ICC for example, still level 80 only. And all the raids currently in, for example, Sunwell Plateau, currently still hold the same item levels. So there's a positive thing. But all the dungeons and the outdoor rewards have been nerfed to the ground, or maybe slightly buffed. For example, Karma's Ring of Grace, currently level 110, is now level 114. It's nothing, because the stats have still been nerfed compared to what they used to be. Which takes me to the stats. Stats have been nerfed as well, but not by too much. Next off, we are going to be talking about the dungeons and the raids and the difficulty that goes along with it. So the difficulty currently is quite high, at least higher than it used to be on the current normal live service. I'm not going to say that the challenges are there to be challenging, but they are more challenging than they used to be. However, several Northrend dungeons are proving quite the difficulty. I'm going to take a look at Pit of Sauron, or Pit of Sauron, the Pit of something. And if you enter in there, I couldn't kill the first mobs on my own.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
On the other hand, The other dungeons, for example, we did enter Utgard Keep. Now Utgard Keep is not proving much of a challenge, they still take quite a lot of damage, but their health has been increased by twice the amount, so it takes a little bit longer to go through all of it, but it is nothing too special, and especially nothing too difficult. So, in short, all the dungeons that were previously on the higher end of the northern side are now the more difficult ones, and the ones that were on the lower end are the easy ones. Outlands dungeons are still more or less the same as they used to be, and, well, you know, there's not much of a challenge going on over there. But at least we have something standing in front of us. Which brings me over to the crafted loot, by the way, and crafted loot currently shows a little bit of a nerf, but the nerf isn't too significant. So what I mean by this not too significant nerf is, well, it's a nerf, but it's not really too, you know, too much. It's just a small little nerf, like 5 strength at max. And I'm saying at max, and this is for an item you don't even use. So the engineering trinkets have got a slight nerf in crit rating, but the item level stays the same. So item level, by the way, untouched on crafting behalf, luckily. So what you have is you have the crafted items that only have a little bit of a stat nerf. So I'm going to take an example of the necklace, which loses you 2 strength or 2 agility, and it loses you about 3 stamina, and that's about it. So those nerfs are insignificant. Same for Hand of the Deceiver, the fist weapon. Goes from 11 strength to 10 strength, 11 stamina to 10 stamina, and 11 crits to 10 crits. So the nerfs are very, very minor indeed. But that doesn't change the fact that we can't have our quartermasters. See, the current quartermaster loot that we have on the PTR has been unchanged. This means that all the loot you get in there, if it was previously level 80, it still doesn't scale down to your level. So it remains level 80. So quartermaster loot you still can't actually use. Hoping this gets changed, but I kind of seriously doubt it, because, well, the item level is going to be 109 or 114, so it's not going to be useful anyway. And of course it's not transmoggable, but I got a feeling that this will change, because that seems like a small little bug. They've done it before with scaling items, it took them a while to really solve it, but eventually it becomes moggable, and I think, at least I hope, it will be the same case for this. Anyway, that's pretty much all I've got to cover for 7.3.5 right now. If you did like the video, please press the like button, and I'll see you next time.